Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to match number 3, and I recognize that music. It's the music of a man I know very well. It's Mr. 24 Carat himself, fabulous Fabio Romano, the winner of the first ever and last ever, as it turned out, Kafka Cup, is making his way to the ring. And listen to the adulation here in Rome as the man from the Eternal City makes his way to the ring, and he has upgraded the bling since I last saw him. Look at that. The Golden Flame now as well. Every time I see him, he's got a new bit of ring gear and a new nickname. I love it. He's always evolving. And ladies and gentlemen, for the third straight match, you are getting a first-time encounter. That's what we're about at Break Pro Wrestling. It's first-time encounters. It's matches that you haven't seen anywhere else, and you're seeing for the first time here in Break Pro Wrestling. Fabio Romano is soaking in this adulation from the crowd here at Largo. You can see there a quick pep talk, some words of wisdom before the match as his opponent makes his way to the ring. And making his way to the ring now is Luke Astaroth, who is the youngest ever EPW Silver Champion. And you can see he means business. But Fabio Romano there on the apron getting a pep talk from his Team Invictus teammate Adriano. And you know, some tag team relationships, ladies and gentlemen, are entirely professional. It's just a tag team of two wrestlers and it's a professional relationship. But Fabio Romano and Adriano in Team Invictus, they aren't just a tag team, they are great friends. And in a tag team, that could really go a long way.
Il seguente incontro è valevole come qualificazione al main event per il titolo di campione indiscusso del Break Pro Wrestling. Ad arbitrare l'incontro ci sarà il signor Danilo Iarboni. Alla mia sinistra, proveniente da Roma, 75 kg di puro oro, è la fiamma a 24 carati, lui è Fabio Romano!
And listen to this crowd go wild for Fabio Romano.
Alla mia destra invece, proveniente sempre da Roma, 125 kg di peso, Luke Astaroth!
And referee Danilo Iarboni calls for the bell, and we are underway. It's David versus Goliath, folks. And Goliath just threw David into the corner. Fabio is really going to have to dig deep for this one. He's going to have to use his cunning, his technical ability, his striking ability, because I don't see a way how he's going to get this gigantic man off his feet. And he goes for a rear waistlock on Luke Astaroth, and I'm amazed he's able to lock his fingers around the waist. And you can see there Luke Astaroth just powering out immediately. Barely even a challenge for him. And Fabio, you can see a fleeting look of concern on his face, but he's keeping that poker face on. You don't want your opponent to know that you're going through any kind of unease or anxiety or having any doubts. You need to be confident. You need to exude that in the ring. And just like I said, Fabio's having to strike. He's having to strike his way out. Oh, but Luke Astaroth with a thunderous one of his own. Oh, and he brings the arm over his massive shoulder and sends Fabio crashing to the mat with a huge shoulder tap. Now he's trying to rip Fabio's wrist out of its socket, but Fabio, he's no slouch. He's been training in the United Kingdom. He has been adopting that British wrestling style. You saw him attempting a classic British way out of it. But Luke Astaroth is overpowering him at every turn. Fabio's going to have to dig deep. Oh, and he's tripped him up at the legs. Come on, Fabio, you're gonna have to keep on him. You can't let him get back to a vertical base. Oh, and look at that, Luke Astaroth picking him up like it's nothing, and Fabio Romano runs into a brick wall. Fabio Romano, he tries again, to no avail. At every turn, Luke Astaroth is just overpowering him. Oh, and it knocks Fabio down. Fabio tries to trip him over, but to no avail. He ducks under. Oh, and a head scissors sends the big man into the corner. Fabio cannot give this man any time to rest. He has to stay on him. Fabio Romano active in the... Fabio, no way. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. Fabio trying to lift this huge man onto his shoulders. Luke Astaroth answers with a fireman carry of his own, and this is what Fabio needs to do. He needs to try and just find a way to pin him. Oh, and Fabio using that high ring IQ, he pulls down the bottom rope. Luke Astaroth stumbles over. This is what Fabio has to do. He's not going to outpower him. Can he outsmart him? And he shoots through. He was caught in midair. Luke Astaroth caught him in midair and slams him onto the ring apron. My God. Fabio was able to get Luke Astaroth onto the outside and launched himself at the big man. But Luke Astaroth, just so big and so strong, he caught him in midair. Oh, and Fabio sent into that corner post. That solid steel ring post. Referee Danilo Iaboni is beginning to count both these men out. Oh, and a big overhand shot. Both men back in the ring now. Oh, and Fabio's face says it all. Slammed into the canvas with authority. And look at that cocky cover. One boot. Only a two. And now the massive Luke Astaroth lifting Fabio into a suplex, but Fabio knees him in the head. Cross chop. Hits him in the stomach. European uppercut. Fabio is fighting back. Oh, but Luke Astaroth cutting him off immediately. Fabio, he tries it again. Did he have him off his feet? Am I seeing things, or did Fabio Romano have that massive man off his feet, even if it was just for a 1/10 of a second? That is still incredible, but to no avail as Luke Astaroth just punishing Fabio Romano in this title qualification match. We already know 2 of the 4 competitors, ladies and gentlemen. Fabio's Team Invictus teammate Adriano is the first man. Flavio Augusto is the second man. Who will be the third man? And as much as I love Fabio Romano, as much as I love the winner of the first and last Kafka Cup, I simply don't see how he's going to beat this massive man, this Luke Astaroth, who is just punishing Fabio Romano with the greatest of ease. He's catching him in midair. He's barely breaking a sweat. He is in firm control of the eternal flame of Rome. Oh, and a spine buster. That's it. That's got to be it. And Fabio, showing that heart and soul, kicks out. You can hear this crowd trying to will Fabio on. This hometown boy has the crowd behind him. They want to see their boy in the main event. Will he be able to pull off the upset of the century? He moves out the way! Luke Astaroth goes crashing shoulder first into the turnbuckle. This is what Fabio's going to have to do. He's got a guillotine applied! A guillotine! He's going to try and choke the big man out. He's trying to squeeze the air out of the lungs of Luke Astaroth. He's squeezing of everything he's got. But hang on. Luke Astaroth has turned it into a suplex. Oh, and he... Was that a cutter? Fabio turned it into a cutter. Fabio Romano has delivered a cutter to the big man. Come on, Fabio. Come on, we're counting on you. We want to see the golden flame of Rome, the eternal flame of Rome. We want to see you in the final. Come on. Will Fabio Romano be the first ever Break Pro Wrestling champion? He's pulling himself up using the ropes. Luke Astaroth has taken so much out of him. But Luke Astaroth just again with some punishing blows to the stomach. Fabio ducks under the clothesline. A face buster to the knee. A chop. Fabio is going to have to chop the big man down. I think he was looking for a DDT. We'll never know. A kick to the shin. Takes the big man down. What's he going for here? A shot to the side of the head. And a DDT spikes the big man. And Luke Astaroth rolling to the outside. I think Fabio again is going to go for that suicide dive. And this time, after doing more damage to Luke Astaroth, it's more effective. Luke Astaroth wasn't able to catch him in midair. Fabio Romano using his body as a weapon, launching himself at Luke Astaroth. And if I was Fabio, I would try and take the count-out win, but he's now going to try and lug the big man into the ring. Fabio Romano has such heart, such soul. He wants to win the honourable way. He wants to pin the big man. He wants to make the big man submit. He doesn't want to take the count-out victory. We've seen this before. That signature roll-in jawbreaker. We've seen him use that move at Progress Wrestling of all places. And my God, my God, oh my God, oh my God, the biggest Samoan drop I've seen in my life. Oh my God, at 2.9, Luke Astaroth kicks out. I never in my life thought I would see that. Fabio Romano lifting the big man off his feet and delivering a Samoan drop here at the Largo venue at episode 1 of Break Pro Wrestling. The straps are down. The straps are down. My money's on Fabio Romano. I'm putting 24,000 euros on Fabio Romano. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. A power slam from the big guy. Uno, due. Oh my God, my money's back on Fabio. Put the money back on Fabio. I cannot believe what I've seen, ladies and gentlemen. Fabio has stayed in this longer than I think a lot of people were going to give him credit for. They probably looked at the lineup and thought this was a foregone conclusion. Oh, and did you see that spear? He almost cut Fabio Romano in half. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Luke Astaroth is the third man to enter the final.
Il vincitore di questo match è terzo partecipante al main event per il titolo, Luke Astaroth.
Luke Astaroth joins the four-way final, ladies and gentlemen. But what a fight by Fabio Romano, possibly the fight of his life. And we're just getting started here at Break Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.